morning, grade 12. Welcome to Family Life with Mistress C. Miller and Mistress M. Musgrove. Our topic for today is setting healthy goals. Grade 12, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain how to repurpose and organize existing goals using the SMART goals model. You will also be able to create at least two long and short term SMART goals inclusive of action plans. And lastly, you will be able to formulate at least two hindrances for each of your long term and short term SMART goals. I want you to remember, grade 12. Before you can achieve anything in life, you have to know what you want. You have to decide that whatever you're doing is important to you, that it's worth it. And if it isn't, it's time to set new, more meaningful goals. So, you don't know how to set goals? Well, I'll help you. No worries. Get your popcorn together. We're going to sit and watch a video about how we're going to set goals using the SMART goals model.
Regardless if it is professional or personal, we all struggle sometimes to achieve our goals. Many times our struggle is not because of a lack of effort, but rather how our goals have been structured. Anytime you set a goal or if you find yourself struggling while working towards a goal, keep in mind the word SMART. SMART is an acronym that can be used to help evaluate and add structure to your goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART begins with asking yourself the degree to which a goal is specific. This is arguably the most important part of establishing or evaluating a goal. The less specific a goal, the more difficult it is to determine how long the goal should take to complete or how to measure success. Consider the difference between a goal to get healthy versus the goal to lose weight versus the goal to lose 10 pounds. The goal to get healthy is much less specific than a goal to lose 10 pounds. The next question to ask: how is the goal measured? What determines success? Some goals may be best measured by a simple yes or no, such as the goal of climbing to the top of a mountain, while other goals are better measured by using metrics such as the goal to lose 10 pounds. The key to measurement is making sure that in whatever way the goal is measured, it accurately reflects success. For instance, if you do not have access to a scale, then measuring weight loss will be difficult and less accurate. An alternative measure may be to track how many inches you have lost around the waist. But to what extent does this accurately reflect the goal? Without access to a reliable way of measuring weight, we may want to consider buying a scale or restructuring our goal. Actionable is not asking yes or no, but how will the goal be achieved? What is our action plan? Do we have the resources and capabilities required to achieve success? If not, what are we lacking? Well-designed goals provide clarity of action. If the actions required to achieve a goal are unclear or there are a large number of actions that need to be taken, we should consider breaking down the main goal into manageable, actionable sub-goals. In isolation, any single goal is relevant, but in life we most often are in the process of pursuing multiple goals. A common issue we face is having too many goals at the same time or pursuing the wrong goals. With this in mind, we need a mechanism to help us monitor our goals to make sure we are pursuing our most relevant goals at any given moment in time. One technique is to place goals in a matrix that looks at effort required versus perceived value of achieving the goal. Not always, but most of the time we will want to focus our energy on low-effort, high-value goals. Another technique is to use the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. Ask, which are the 20% of goals that will provide me with 80% of my return? The last thing we want to make sure is that goals are time-bound. By including a specific date by which a goal should be accomplished, it helps provide incentive and allows us to monitor progress. Consider the difference between the goal to lose 10 pounds and the goal to lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks. Simply by including an element of time, we can now calculate how much we should be losing each week, and if after 5 weeks we have only lost 1 pound, we can revisit our action plan. Be wary of any goal that is open-ended, such as the common goal to learn a foreign language. Last, it is important to reinforce that goal setting is not an event. It is an ongoing process of action, evaluation, and revision. It is not about lowering goals or standards to ensure success. It is about recognizing goals are dynamic because life is dynamic. We do not live in a static world. Life happens. A goal that is relevant today may be irrelevant tomorrow. When using SMART, stay flexible and motivated by setting aside time to reevaluate your goals on a regular basis.
So now that we've watched a video on how we are going to set goals, I want you to take this opportunity to press pause on this video and choose 2 long and 2 short-term goals for yourself and write them down in your notebooks. Now that you are done writing down your 2 long-term and 2 short-term goals, let's take a look at some statistics. Studies show that only 8% of Americans who make a New Year's resolution actually keep them all year round, and 80% have failed by the start of February. For example, gyms all across the country are packed during the first few weeks of January, and then the fitness crowds slowly fizzle out. I have a question. Why do you think 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? So, I know you've heard this word smart being thrown around a lot in this lesson so far, but it's really not what you think. It's a well established tool that you can use to plan and achieve your goals. It's an actual acronym. So, S, meaning are your goals specific? M, is it measurable? A, is it achievable? R, is it realistic? T, is it time bound? Creating SMART goals helps turn your dreams into a reality. Let me tell you, there's power behind setting SMART goals. When you use SMART, you can create clear, attainable, and meaningful goals and develop the motivation, action plan, and support needed to achieve them. Setting SMART goals allows you to clarify your ideas, focus your efforts, use your time wisely, and increasing the chances of what you set out to achieve. Just in case you still don't understand what it means to set SMART goals, let's get our popcorn, sit together, and watch a video on how to make SMART goals.
Hey kings and queens, I'm sure most of you have dreams, but in order to make them come true, dreaming is usually not enough. There is a great method called SMART, which helps you set goals wiser and transform your dreams into concrete goals. Instead of being far away, your dreams become achievable. SMART criteria means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific. You should know exactly what you want. Not kind of, not almost, but exactly. Vague goals are much harder to achieve, so you need to define them as clearly as you can. This way you will know what you need to do in order to get what you want, but if your goal is vague, you will be confused. I want to be rich. That's not well defined. Instead, say I want to earn $8,000 per month with my online business and own a house which I will rent for $1,000 a month. You can be even more specific than that and write down more details. Measurable. How would you know if you achieved your goal? Think of ways to measure your progress. Break your larger goals into smaller ones so you can know whenever you accomplish something. I want to be a singer. That's not measurable. What defines a singer? Who decides what makes someone a singer, and how can you know if you become one? Some ways to measure your progress towards this dream can be writing a song, releasing an album, performing in front of an audience, or getting paid to perform. One side note, the fact that you make music and do what you love is already a huge success. Attainable. I've gotta say something about this one. I'm in favor of dreaming big and aiming high. My dreams are far beyond the sky. After all, everything is impossible before it happens. People used to think that everything that can be invented has been invented, but new things are still being invented day after day, and yet you need to feel the progress. You need to see that you accomplish things along the way. Your dreams can be as crazy as you want, but set sub goals that will push you to keep going. Focus more on what's in your control and less on the final result. For example, instead of I want that there will be no more poverty in the world, focus on people you want to help to, events you want to organize, donation you can collect, a charity organization you can establish, and so on. Relevant. Why do you do what you do? Does it help you move towards your goal? Make sure that the actions you take are relevant. I want $150,000 a year. Okay, but for what? So I can have a financial freedom. So I can save up enough money for retirement. So I can donate and help people. Know the answer for why you want what you want and think if the steps you take are relevant and really push you forward. Time bound. If you don't set deadlines, you have unlimited time to achieve your goals and you lose focus. Once you set a schedule or a deadline, you become committed. That's why many people become super productive or finish their tasks at the last minute. I want to have 10,000 subscribers. Okay, I can have them 20 years from now. So one of my goals is I want to have 10,000 subscribers before November. Now that I have a deadline, I can see what actions I can take in order to achieve that. Upload more frequently, collaborate with other YouTubers, advertise my channel, and many other options. So like I said before, don't use it the wrong way of dreaming small or only desire things that seem achievable. On the contrary, think outside of the box and don't be afraid to dream big. The SMART criteria is a great tool that can help you focus and be practical. Thank you for watching. I invite you to join Freedom Kingdom. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified about my future videos. New and exciting things are coming soon, so stay around. See you next time.
Now that you've watched the video on how we create SMART goals, I want you to take a look back at your long and short-term goals you wrote. Are your goals specific? Is it fine-tuned? And do you really understand what you are trying to achieve? Can your goal be measured? Are they reasonable? Are they relevant to your life? And do you have a time frame for achieving your goals? I want you to press pause on this video to take a look back at your goals. Let's do an activity. I'm going to read some goals and you're going to determine whether they are SMART goals or not. Goal number 1. I will do better in health and family life education. Ask yourself, is that specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, or time bound? Well, just in case you guessed it right, it's not a SMART goal. It isn't specific nor is it measurable. It's not attainable, neither is it realistic. It doesn't have a time bound because I will do better in health and family life education is not a SMART goal. Goal number 2. I will improve in health and family life by passing next week's quiz with a 95% or higher. Just in case you were correct, was this goal specific? Was it measurable, attainable, realistic, and did it have a time bound? It sure did. You will improve in health and family life education by passing next week's quiz with a 95% or higher. Give yourselves a pat on the back if you did well. Let's take a look at action plans versus hindrance. What are they? An action plan is a set of directions that must be taken in order to achieve a specific goal. A hindrance is a person or thing that makes it more difficult for you to do something. Let's take a look at some action plan and hindrances examples. Long term goal. My goal is to obtain a bachelor's degree in elementary education from the University of the Bahamas by the year 2024. Your action plan. I hope to accomplish this goal by applying to the University of the Bahamas and meeting all the requirements necessary to graduate. Some practices that might hinder you are finances, procrastinating, and not completing all courses. Short term goal. My goal is to become a member of the Teachers Cadet Program before November 2020. I hope to achieve this goal by obtaining and completing an application form from the school's guidance counselor and having it forwarded to be processed. Not meeting the deadline to apply with the necessary requirements may hinder me. I want you to know that setting goals doesn't mean that they can't change. It's okay to change your goals. There can be many reasons to change your goals. Reasons such as your interests have changed, your original goal was unreasonable. A setback is something that goes wrong. You may encounter them, but don't let them derail your goals. They are also learning opportunities. Look for bright spots. You also have to be persistent and committed to achieving your goals despite the difficulties. Your assignment for today is to complete the multiple choice quiz using the quizzes link below in the description. Let's wrap it up with a review before your quiz. What does the acronym SMART mean? Explain how to organize goals using the SMART goals model. Share at least one of your SMART long-term goals inclusive of action plans. Share at least one of your SMART short-term goals inclusive of action plans. Provide at least one hindrance for either goal you created. Your follow-up activity and homework is to complete goals, action plans, and hindrances for homework. I want to leave you guys with something today. By recording your dreams and goals on paper, you set in motion the process of becoming the person you most want to be. Put your future in good hands, your own.